Have you ever wondered why you always relapse? And by the time you relapse, you find yourself getting confused as to, does it actually make sense? In this particular video, what I'll be showing you is this, that relapse is not actually something negative, but actually something positive. That there's nothing wrong in you keeping streaks. The question is, when you relapse, how best can you maximize it? Now, what I'll be showing you right here is my fantastic graph. I love drawing. I don't know why. Maybe I'm an artist, but I love drawing. What I'll be showing you right here is what I call a possible chart. A possible chart along the line. The biggest mistakes many makes is to assume their recovery will be a perfect linear line, that it will be smooth sailing, that there won't be any obstacle, there won't be any bumps on the way, that the recovery will be perfect, that they will actually arrive at their destination without getting hurt. My friend, whoever sold you that lie doesn't mean you well. I'm afraid to say this. Whoever tell you, you see, there's some things that we need to in the community of those that are looking to help people. All these 30 days, 21 days to stop watching porn is all bullshit. You might not like what I'm about to tell you. It's not going to work. Why do I say that? You've been watching porn for more than 30 days. But do you know how the amount of damage your habits has actually resulted to? Do you know how much damage that you've caused your brain? Do you know how much damage you've caused your erection? Do you know how much damage you've caused your emotion because of your porn consumption? So I know we love the 30 days, but when you don't see the 30 days, you get frustrated. You get angry. Why are you angry? Where you are today, was it a function of 30 days? That's the question you need to ask yourself. Am I here because of 30 days habit? Or I'm here where I am today because of 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, 15 years of consuming porn, of wanking or jacking off to porn? You have to be real to yourself. So, going back to what we're looking at, when it comes to relapse, this is what I'm trying to show you. If you look at your days and across the weeks, and you base this on, let's just call it time, overall time, potential time of recovery. This is the potential time of recovery. I said it earlier, your recovery line will never be linear. You're not going to have a smooth sailing line. That is a wrong absorption. What you will have is what I call ups and down, like a bell curve. Up and down, full of ups and down. That is nothing wrong. Now, if you look at this drawing, if you look at this illustration here, you have your days, day 1 to day 7, and you have your weeks, week 1, week 2, week 3 across, and your timeline. This is what you should expect, and this is what will happen. The very first time you start on this journey, it might look like this. Perfect. Or you might find yourself, or you might look like this, or you might find yourself, or you might look like this, or you might find yourself, or you might look like this, or you might find yourself. Now, I want to show you something here. Please listen to this. Listen to this. This is going to help you a lot. By the time you start, the very first time you start your journey towards your recovery line, you are just starting. And I said to people, the very first time you start, the very first week you start your journey, and you find yourself watching porn, you find yourself your erection isn't working, you still have a brain fog. What do you expect? You've only just started the journey. You've only just embarked on the journey. The first week isn't going to be perfect in the first place. Okay, let's assume you understand that and you hit what I call the illusion, because I always teach this a lot. I call the first 2 weeks, the first 3 weeks, the illusion of freedom. The illusion of freedom is something I call up. It's something like, to me, the illusion of freedom is you telling yourself, oh, because I haven't wank or watched porn in the last 2 weeks, that means I'm free. I always ask people, who's still selling you those lies? Who's selling those lies? Yes, you haven't watched porn. You haven't masturbated for 2 weeks. But the question is, your body hasn't been tested. Your body hasn't requested for a test from you that can you actually pass the test. And that's where many get confused. They've experienced a fantastic freedom here in the first 2 weeks, first 3 weeks, 2 weeks. Oh, Elisha, yes, Elisha, I'm free. Yes, the 10 years that I've been consuming porn, finally, in last 2 weeks, I'm now a master over my thought, over my emotion. I can guarantee you that your erection will not be perfect and it will not be healed. That's a fact. And you find yourself drop. You find yourself drop and you say, wow. Why did I drop? What if the word caused me to drop to the point that I lost a week? Or some of you will say, Elisha, I'm actually here. I'm not being able to recover. Elisha, I'm still here. I've relapsed. Or someone can find themselves relapsed and back up in week 5. And again, drop so badly and back up in week 6. The question you need to ask yourself with this diagram is this. The question is not the relapse. That's not the point. The point is this. What are you doing in each of these days? This is the power of rebuilding your life a block at a time. For each of these days, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you just looking to tick? If you are looking to tick, by the time you relapse, you will never be able to bring yourself back up because you've only focused on going for a tick. But if you focus on making the day count, rather than counting the day, you will realize that over time you begin to build the right capacity. You begin to reframe the way you think. You begin to reframe your visualization. Your perception of sex will begin to change. Your brain fog will begin to clear out. These are the results that comes step at a time. These are not a 30 days result. If you are looking for 30 days result, let me tell you what will happen to you. You will find yourself in a constant loop of ups and down. Ups and down. Ups and down. The key question I will pass along to you is this. There's nothing wrong with relapse, especially if you have learned to maximize each of your day. If you can do that, over time, you realize that the time you spend in the valley of relapse gets shortened and you begin to spend more time in your freedom to the point that your relapse, you can relapse for an hour but you are back up for months and you are building your capacity as you move along the way. I hope this has helped you to embrace your relapse in a different light. And I will see you in the other videos.